She didn't ruin her life in one day, so she knew she wouldn't fix it in one day either. Her name was Sarah. Nothing dramatic had happened. No big failure. No public embarrassment. No tragedy. Just small neglect. Sleeping a little too late. Scrolling a little too long. Skipping workouts. Delaying ideas. Saying, "I'll start tomorrow," a few too many times. And somehow, months passed. One morning, she caught her reflection in the mirror. Not broken, not miserable, just disappointed. Not in who she was, but in who she could have been by now. That quiet realization hurt more than any loud failure. She didn't need motivation. She needed momentum. So she made a decision that felt almost stupid in its simplicity. No big goals, no dramatic life reset, just one tiny habit. Every morning, before touching her phone, she would drink one full glass of water. That's it. It didn't feel powerful. It didn't feel life-changing. But it was something she could control. The first week, nothing magical happened. She didn't glow. She didn't transform. She didn't suddenly become disciplined. But she kept the promise, and something subtle shifted. She started thinking, if I can do this, what else can I do? So she added one more tiny habit, 5 minutes of stretching. Not a full workout, not an hour at the gym. 5 minutes. Some days she didn't feel like it, but 5 minutes felt too small to skip. Weeks passed. 5 minutes became 10. Water became healthier breakfasts. Stretching became short walks. Short walks became light workouts. And here's what changed first. Not her body, her identity. She stopped seeing herself as someone who can't stay consistent. She started seeing herself as someone who keeps small promises. That changed everything, because confidence doesn't come from huge wins. It comes from repeated proof. Tiny proof. One completed action at a time. Months later, people started noticing. You look different. You seem more confident. What changed? She almost laughed. Nothing dramatic. No extreme diet. No overnight breakthrough. Just small habits. Repeated, daily, quietly. But the real transformation wasn't visible in photos. It was in her decisions. She read instead of scrolling. She walked instead of sitting. She acted instead of postponing. Not always, not perfectly, but consistently enough. And that's the secret no one talks about. Massive results don't come from massive effort. They come from tiny actions repeated long enough to compound. One glass of water won't change your life, but 365 will. 5 minutes of movement won't reshape your body, but 5 minutes daily for a year will reshape your identity. That's the power, not intensity, consistency. Sarah didn't become a different person overnight. She became slightly better, every day, 1% at a time. And one day, she looked in the mirror again. This time, she didn't see disappointment. She saw discipline. Not loud, not flashy, just earned. And that feeling, that quiet pride, it was bigger than any dramatic transformation. Because she knew something most people never learn. You don't need a new life. You need a new pattern. Tiny habits feel insignificant until they aren't. So if you're waiting for motivation, waiting for the perfect Monday, waiting for a life reset, start smaller than you think. So small it feels almost pointless, and then repeat it, because the difference between where you are and where you want to be isn't a giant leap. It's a small step, done again, and again, and again. Tiny habits, massive results.